Hey, Shalom, Shalom, giving all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakahakodash. Back at you with another lesson through the Spirit. Double honor to the head elders and apostles. Hey, E has to be stopped. Esau has to be stopped. These people are full of pride. They're bloody men. All right, as a matter of fact, let's go to the book of Micah real quick. Let's get straight to the point. All right, the scripture talks about how they covet fields and take them by violence. All right, and that seems to be the MO with the so-called white man, because um, you go read about it in the book of I believe it's Habakkuk. It says that this devil pretty much is never in his own land. Okay, he's all the way out in other conflicts. All right, but this is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. And that's what these devils are doing over there, those Amalekites. All right, with their offensive genocide that they're doing towards the Lebanese and the Palestinians, which they claim are Amalek themselves. But they are really the Amalekites, and we're really the Israelites. All right, they're imposters, they're liars, and they're just a bunch of devils. And they're over there pretty much, embarking on that war. All right, and terrorizing those people that really can't defend for themselves, really can't stand up for themselves, because they want those Israelis to be the main power in that region. They've been pretty much like sanctioned and blackballed from being able to get weapons and defense systems to be able to properly defend themselves. And they're emboldened. That's why the scripture said that he puffeth at his enemies. They don't think that anything's gonna happen to them. They think that they're gonna, with the help of America, take over that region and take over Lebanon and all of those different areas around them. Expansionism and genocide. Now, he wants to ethnically cleanse people. All right, which he tried to do that with our people. He tried to do that with Gad. Tried to do that with Judah. Micah 2 and 2, it says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, right? Meaning they want that land. They want those resources. They want that land. It's always about land and resources. All right. It's all about taking over other people's shit. And basically, you got the UN Security Council having these meetings about, you know what I'm saying? It seems like it's only the ones, these Western countries is getting all of the say so in this goddamn UN Council. So they're starting to see that these devils ain't for their turn. These devils are prideful, and they don't give a fuck about none of the people. All right, they're all about feeding themselves and helping themselves. And if anybody dare try to speak against it, we just throw some bombs on your ass, because because the Lord set this devil up. You will read about it in Genesis 27 chapter, when the Lord blessed Esau with that sword. All right, he's given power to take peace from the earth. And that's why I say he must be stopped. This devil must be stopped, because all he does is push chaos and havoc in the earth, confusion and wickedness. You know what I'm saying? You look at a group of Edomites, they just do wickedness. They ain't up to no good. They're against nature. They're against the Most High. They're against the ordinances. They push philosophies that have everybody drunk. That's completely against the ordinance of Yahweh Shema Shai. And we're the only ones like speaking against that shit, and then he try to censor us. That's why it's good to say to make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. It's usually Esau coming up to me, telling me to forget my history and forget about the fact that we're the Israelites, and the rape, slavery, robbery, and murder of our people. All right, because he thinks that he should be unpunished. This devil, he feels as though he should not go through anything. When they killed that the leader of the Hezbollah leader, when they killed the Iranian general, Qasem Soleimani, they kill all types of figures over there in that region, and those people over there, they can't stand the West. They can't stand Esau, because all he does is push destruction. He's the one that's they talk about how um the Lebanese or the Hezbollah are doing all these crimes, but for the last 20 years, it's only been Esau, the so-called white man, dropping all these bombs in the region. You know, those people, how they live their life is on them. That's, you know, but Esau is always trying to control other nations. That's why the scripture says he gathered unto himself all nations. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man is in his heritage, right? They oppress you right where you at. Come to where you at. Take over your land, take over your house, all right, and pretty much colonize. That's all they know how to do, colonize, take shit over, all right, revamp it with their wickedness. All right, and the earth is mad. All right, these other nations are sick because the so-called white man, he doesn't do anything but destabilize regions. When he comes through, he bombs shit, blow it up, and send out the resources through the central banks. Like right now, the U.S. dollar, the currency, is devalued. It's not worth shit. So people try to find an alternative. Anybody that try to do their own thing and have their own stable, you know, country for their people, they're made the enemy by the propaganda of America and the West, and they feel as though we can't say anything against that because they're justified in all their actions. They always appear to be superior in doing the right thing in these regions. He had to die because, you know, A, B, and C. We had to do it because A, B, and C. Okay, we're going in and invading these lands because A, B, and C. You see? This Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. That's right. His spirit is not upright. He's not about doing the right shit. He's not about that's why I try to tell Jake about listening to these politicians talking about we're gonna do this for Americans, we're gonna do that for Americans. The people don't give a damn about Americans. These politicians, they do more shit for they do more foreign policy than they do anything in the homeland. They shell out billions and billions of dollars overseas. They create jobs overseas. Ultimately, they're gonna weed out the little man with their innovative technology to where you don't even have a job. That's why there's millions of people on strike right now, all over the different ports up and down the East Coast. And you still got people that died from the hurricane, the humanitarian aid crisis going on over there in North Carolina and you know, Eastern Tennessee and that whole region where the Hurricane Helene hit. And we haven't heard anything from the presidency. We haven't heard anything from this government. See, so they clearly, this administration clearly doesn't care about its citizens. All right. I say all that to say that this devil gotta go. He's not fit to rule the earth. All right, and that's why it says right here. It says, yea, also. It says, yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. All right, his philosophies, he's always pushing his ideologies on the world. He's a proud man. It says, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and cannot be satisfied, and is at death, and cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all people, unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's right. So he wants everybody to bow down to him, because this guy has a God complex. He literally thinks that he's above the Most High. His spirit's not upright in him. Okay, so he been throwing his body around, puffing himself at all these other nations. All right, and pretty much ruling the earth in anger. All right, ruling the earth with a not in a peaceful way. He's been pretty much killing and taking shit, kicking ass and taking names for the longest time through his military might, through his weaponry, his advancements, which the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai gave him. All right, but the Lord is the one that set him up. The Lord gonna bring him down. All right, he set him up just to bring him down. Isn't that something? All right, and the whole earth is gonna. They're not capable of taking him down. But that's why the scripture says that the weak shall say, "I am strong." You see, the Lord set up these other nations to be wicked in Esau, so he could be on his high horse. He talks about that in Isaiah the 10th chapter, how he conquered the whole earth and none moved a peep. And what happened was all these other nations, they seen him drop those bombs on Hiroshima, Nagasaki, the atomic bomb, and they all feared him. They thought this man was a god. So, and that's really when America started to really like thrive and really become what it became today. But this is a little season. It's 2024, and you already got pretty much wars and rumors of war going on within that region. They're talking about they're gonna invade Lebanon. They're talking about they're gonna invade if they could kill off the Gaza Palestinians, excuse me, then they can invade Lebanon. All right, and destroy people in those regions. If they were successful, they're gonna spread out to all the other parts of the area, because that's how Esau get down. And they're trying to be directly involved with Iran, but see, that's where Russia's going to step in, pursuant to Ezekiel 38. All right, so Russia's going to step in and defend Iran, the Iranians, the Persians. Because he was saying in the strategic defense that they wouldn't invade Iran because it's too far away from Israel. They don't border them. Said Iran would shoot drones. Now this dumbass, he gonna say that basically Iran's already involved. Just in April, they launched a drone strike, but that had nothing to do with the Gaza Palestinian war or the Hezbollah thing. That was for a response for killing one of their top generals. For killing with a drone strike. So he unleashed a bunch of drones and shit on Israel, started bombing and blowing shit up. And Israel is supposed to be just to have the defense mechanism to be able to defend itself. Iran is going easy on them. They're not really going and executing and really striking Israel. They have a lot of restraint, but see those Israelis, they have no restraint. And what they're gonna do is by genociding and killing and women, children, and civilians, they're gonna embolden the people of that region and say enough is enough. Okay, enough is enough, because these are weapons that you Americans are paying for. American tax dollars, right to Ukraine and Israel right now. So you're already directly involved in this war by shipping off those weapons, those bombs, 50,000 pounds of bombs. So the Americans are directly involved, even though when you speak to American representatives, they say, oh, Israel's its own entity, but you're the one that's over there funding them with all those weapons to kill those people. But you don't claim responsibility for any of the things that it does with the weapons that you give them. But they continue to kill civilians, but you continue to send them the weapons. You see, And you know they're gonna kill civilians with those weapons, but you send them anyways. But then you don't take any accountability for all of the bloodshed that's happening. But you try to call yourself some type of humanitarian aid or some type of humanitarian. Hey, that's why the scripture said that the hypocrite is the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. You're a liar. You claim one thing but do another. And people are starting to see this devil for who he is. He's no longer. As a matter of fact, let me go grab that. I'll go to Isaiah the 32nd chapter. Isaiah chapter 32 and 5. It says, "The vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful." That's right. And the vile man is Esau, the so-called white man. The Israelis, they're Amalekites, they're Esau too. Okay, all of these Caucasians, all right, these so-called Caucasians spread all through Europe and really that's Eastern Asia. All right, spread all over in that region, even here to America. America is ruled by the Edomites, the Idumeans. This is Babylon the Great. All right, so it says, "For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy." That's right. All right, that's what they do. They tell you sweet little lies, as if they're gonna maintain this, but then do the complete opposite. A real backstabber, a real never keeping your word kind of guy, breaking every deal. There's no peace agreements because their plan is not to bring peace. Okay, these other nations, they try to deal diplomatically. You can't deal diplomatically with these Edomites because these Edomites are not diplomats. All right, if they do sign a deal or some type of peace or some type, it's gonna break it and stab you in your back. All right, they don't play things by the rules. They don't have honor. It says to practice hypocrisy and an utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. That's right. So he wants to pretty much destabilize all people while he has all the resource while everybody else suffering and shit. Now we're not gonna do that. We'll have all of the resources where we're in power, but people are gonna live good. We're gonna give them, their portion so that they can sustain themselves, and the earth's gonna be raining. We're gonna be raining in the earth, and the earth's gonna be replenished in its righteousness. Ain't gonna be no war no more. No surprise attacks, none of that. All right, and all of a sudden you got war, popping up and shit. Nah, and these wars are happening because we living in them times. We're clearly living in them times, man. You look at what's going on. Like I said, you got the strike going on all up and down the ports. You got that hurricane that just hit, killed like thousands of people and shit. You got war with the Israelis striking Lebanon and killing Hezbollah's top leader, stabilizing Palestine. There's a bunch of decisions that's getting ready to be made in the spirit. So we're just watching it. But hey, through the spirit, like I was saying, this devil has to be stopped, man. This devil is, when the Lord come through and put this devil down, the whole earth gonna be at peace and we're gonna be resting. Because all of these wounds, all of this misery, all of this grief is always inflicted by the so-called white man.